I just want to tell you about last Friday when we had our first Vision Night. When people ask me what the Vision Night is about, I tell them it's about talking about the future of our church, where God wants us to be. And I'm so thankful to God for so many people at church who've come along. There are more than 80 church members who invested their time to come to talk about the future of our church. And really thankful for that. And thank you so much for those who've made the time and their effort. And I know that there are other people who couldn't come because it's the night time. Thank you for those who are praying for it as well too. We're able to hear one another, and it's wonderful to hear what we are thinking about where God is leading us as a church. And one of the great things that we've heard from the night is that we want to spend more time, like we did last Friday, listening to one another, feeling that we are in this together, and exploring the future of our church. And we'd love to be able to do that more. In the next edition of Life Monthly, I'll be putting together an article summarising some of the feedback that we've heard on the night. So please watch out for that. In July, August, we would have a town hall meeting again, where us as a church have the opportunity coming together to once again dream, pray and talk about where God wants us to be as a church in the future. So when we have more details, we'll tell you more. So July, August is the next time when we can get together. Intergenerational ministry, we've been talking about that for quite a long time. And as I talk to people over the last few weeks, what I discover is this. I think most of us don't really know what it is. So we would have a meal at lunchtime where you might have older people, middle-aged people, younger people, teenagers and children. We're in the same place, but we're all sitting separately from one another. So you have the young people sitting on their table, you have the older people sitting on their table. Intergenerational ministry isn't having different generations in the same place. It's also not just children ministry. When I talk to people about intergenerational ministry, most people think it's just dumbing down ministry for kids. That is not what intergenerational ministry is. It's something really different. It's Christians from different generations interacting with one another in an intentional, meaningful way. So when they're sitting together, they're not sitting on different tables, but they're sitting at the same table, ministering to one another. It really is a new way of thinking and a new way of doing things. We have a few things coming up this year where we are creating the environment where we can sit together ministering to one another, including a service where we have kids, young people and older people ministering to one another in the service. We're also planning a weekend away for dads and kids in September. We're hoping that when we have more information we can tell you more. But let me encourage you to really find out what intergenerational ministry is and what it isn't. So come and talk to me, or even better still, find Catherine Chung, and she's absolutely passionate about this ministry and she can tell you more.